What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today I'd like to do a quick review of a film called The Unforgivable. This is a film that had a short theatrical run, and that's where I saw it a couple of weeks ago, and it is now streaming on Netflix, and I'd like to give a quick review to let you know whether I recommend you to check it out or not. Reviews seem to be mixed on this film, so, I was reading the reviews. I really liked the premise, though. It sounded really cool and interesting, and I really like Sandra Bullock, so I decided to go check this thing out. And it stars Sandra Bullock as Ruth Slater, and Ruth Slater is just a woman who has been in prison for a long time. I'm not going to spoil anything, no major spoilers, no minor spoilers really, I'm just going to tell you the basic premise of the movie, which is that Ruth has been in prison for 20 years. She's getting out, and now she's trying to, pick up the pieces of her life, and she's trying to find her little sister who was only 5 years old at the time of her arrest. Unfortunately, her crime was a very violent crime against a police officer, and therefore most of society is not very forgiving at all and not willing to give her a second chance. So she has to deal with a lot of struggles on the outside while she's trying to find her sister. And it seems like, a very basic premise, like how good can it actually be? But I'm here to tell you, I was absolutely shocked at how good this movie is. This is definitely in the running for the best film of 2021. And at the end of the year here in a few weeks, I will be doing a best of 5 best movies, 5 worst movies of the year. And The Unforgivable will definitely be on that list. Now, like I said, there are some negative reviews out there. I don't fully get it, but I'm just telling you, this film is so intriguing. I was just absolutely glued to the screen the entire time. It is dramatic. It has also got some very good comedy in it because it's not in your face. It's not dumb jokes, anything like that, like the modern comedy you see in a lot of movies. It's actually just because the characters act like the characters act. Sometimes everyone, the whole theater, well, I say the whole theater, there's not very many of us there. There's about 4 of us, but we all burst out laughing. It is some genuine comedy, and the movie's not a comedy, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying those 5 or 6 moments are genuinely hilarious and just really well done. But the story is really intriguing too. And even though she committed this horrible crime, we as an audience are rooting for her almost from the first scene of the movie. It is a really strong protagonist in this film. We are hoping that she finds her sister. We're hoping that she achieves what she's trying to achieve and that people will give her a second chance. She is absolutely fantastic, by the way. Sandra Bullock in the role as Ruth Slater, and that's to be expected. Obviously, Sandra Bullock is awesome, but she really, the role is, she really owns the role and is really fabulous in the role and completely believable. You completely forget it's even Sandra Bullock. It's completely Ruth Slater, this woman who's getting out of prison. She's, not old, but not young, really. She's been in prison for 20 years. So she's got, a tough road ahead. She has skills that she was trying to get a job as, but, the opportunities are limited. So it's really an interesting story. But what really makes it to me is, not just her, but other characters as well. Vincent D'Onofrio is in this movie, and that is a lawyer who's trying to help her out a little bit after she gets out. Viola Davis is in this movie. She is absolutely fantastic. And, as you watch the film, there are certain things you're trying to piece together, trying to figure it out, some things that don't fully add up, but they will all add up at the end because there is going to be a big twist, a big reveal that is just absolutely mind-blowing. That's all I'm going to tell you. It just completely effed me up. I was like, oh, what? But you likely won't even be thinking about that because you're just going to be completely intrigued into the movie. If you just fall into this movie, I think that you'll have a great time. And it's really awesome. It's pretty harsh at times. I mean, it's the real world out there. You can believe it's the real world. There's really no negatives for this movie. By the way, her sister and her sister's foster family, all of them in this movie, also excellent. And also noticed someone in this movie I recognized, and that is Richard Thomas from All Quiet in the Western Front back in the day. He was also on the Waltons and just tons of different TV shows, TV movies, and other films as well. So a very recognizable face when I saw him, and he is awesome in the movie as well. Really good job. The entire cast, fabulous. But this film, it has an awesome third act and it just comes together. It's a smooth ride and there's really no negatives that I have for The Unforgivable. It has drama. It has comedy, really genuine comedy. It has some great action as well. Don't forget that. A lot of really cool action scenes in this movie. I mean, it's not exactly an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but there is some good action, and the action is actually genuine, and you can really feel it. So it's very powerful. and even emotional. You might shed a little bit of a tear. Okay, I think I felt some water in one of my eyes. Okay, there are some brutal moments. There are some, the way that people act sometimes is, you may think is a little unrealistic, but then when you step back and you think about how people are out in the real world, maybe it's not that unrealistic after all. So yeah, I mean, all in all, everything that happened in this movie could mostly legitimately happen. There may be a couple of things that are like I said, not very likely, but it's not impossible. And so this entire story, and crazy things have happened. So this entire story is entirely possible. People go through things similar to this, maybe not quite as dramatic and perfect for a movie, but all in all, I mean, it tells a great story, and it really is, I think, a good movie with a good message. And the great thing about this film, like I said, and a big key is that you really care about this character. You like her. You don't like the people that are complete assholes to her. You don't like the people that are not giving her a chance, even though her crime is indeed terrible, but you still are rooting for her. And I highly suggest to check this thing out, The Unforgivable. I was blown away by this movie. And this is the kind of movie that needs more support, because all these big budget crap films that are coming out, I mean, they're not all total garbage, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've liked a lot of these movies that I've been going to see and been reviewing, but they're not that great. It seems like the lower the budget, the better the film. A film like that horror, I went to go see Halloween Kills, the biggest movie, and I'm a huge fan of the franchise. It completely disappointed me. It was not that good. Going to see movies, I don't know, like Candyman, it was okay, it was pretty good. But then I go to see a movie like Antlers, go to see a movie like The Unforgivable, these, smaller budget films, kind of low on the radar there, and they are absolutely blowing me away. The Unforgivable. I'm sorry, this movie has no flaws that I could, point out. You may find some, don't get me wrong, you might not like it as much as I do, but damn, I'm giving this movie a 10, and I'm calling it a masterpiece. Shout out to Peter Craig Hillary, Seitz and Courtenay Miles for the screenplay, and Nora Fingscheidt, who is the director in this film, and the entire cast and crew. You all really knocked it out of the park, and this is on Netflix. Hopefully it gets a Blu-ray release, and I will be purchasing that 100%. So you guys have a great day. Let me know if you saw this one. Probably not, right? But let me know if you have, and let me know if you plan to check it out, because I would recommend it. Guys, have a great day. Sandra Bullock is awesome. We'll talk to you later.